My name's Alex. I'm the founder of Ulys Quest, which originally started as Malta Quest. And based out of Malta, we got this idea to develop a platform that is meant to literally replace tour guides. So it's your virtual tour guide. Well, let me give you a breakdown of what the platform is all about. Well, basically, you register and you create an account. It's all free. Once you've joined, you could use our mobile app, or you could use our web-optimized, browser-optimized mobile platform. And you select your country of preference. So by default, you're going to be on Malta. Sorry, I'm biased. Yeah, we like it here. Once you've selected your country, you're going to have a map that will appear with all the locations listed below, locations that you can visit, and you'll get GPS coordinates to be able to open Google Maps and walk straight up to the place. So for example, here in Valletta, you will be invited to go see, for example, the Triton Fountain. Pretty sure for those of you who are from this place, you know exactly what I'm talking about, one of the most iconic landmarks in Valletta. And once you go there, on the app, you will click on a button that says, I found it. Now, once you've done that, your GPS coordinates, the GPS coordinates of your phone, of your mobile device, is compared with the GPS coordinates of the Triton Fountain, which happens to be in our database. From there, a Haversine formula calculates the distance between the two, your GPS coordinates and the location. If you're within 50 meters of the location, you are awarded rewards in the form of MQ tokens, Malta Quest tokens, and potentially NFTs. I'll break it down to you in a minute. So this is the first gamified tokenized platform ever built. We already have 1.6 million registered users all over the world, and we have already 8,900 locations included in the map from all over the place. So from the pyramid in Giza to the Empire State Building, and anything you can think of, the Eiffel Tower, and even lesser known locations that are really worth visiting. So you might be in a small town somewhere or a big city, and you have a beautiful tourist location, a beautiful fountain in the middle of a square, or a castle or a palace, or just something iconic like a statue that is famous, and it's most probably already in our platform. And you have the ability to just walk up to it and get rewarded for it. What makes it interesting is that if you're a tourist, you're going to a country and you're going to visit all these locations, you might as well get rewarded for it. That's exactly what we do. Now, besides that, once you get to a spot, say you're at the Empire State Building, besides clicking I found it and being rewarded for it, we have an AI assistant that's built in. You just click on, tell me more about this location, and our built-in AI is going to give you the complete history and fun facts about the place you're visiting. So it acts a bit like a real tour guide, giving you some real information, and then makes it a very educational platform as well. So you have fun, you have the ability to do this at your convenience. The app never sleeps, so it's open 24/7, and you could wake up in the middle of the night, say, I'm going to go for a stroll and visit some place, and you earn some rewards, and you get a full breakdown of what that place is about. Now, besides that, in the platform, say you get back to your hotel room and you're bored, you can go on a virtual quest. For now, the virtual quest only exists for Malta. There's 1,000 questions that are built in. It's a multiple choice challenge. So every time you have a question, like for example, the first question is very basic. What's the capital of Malta? And you have 4 different options. If you pick the right answer, you get rewarded. If you pick the wrong answer, you move on to the next question. And then you have to do your own research to find out what was that place. The interesting part is that as you move along, there are 10 different levels with 100 questions each, bringing you up to 1,000 questions, but with increasing difficulty and also an increase on the reward level as you go along. So you have the ability to accumulate a lot of MQ tokens as you go along. Let's talk a little bit about the technology behind this. You'd be wondering, what's the tech stack and how was it built? So this is for you technical people out there. The platform is built on a slim 4.14 PHP framework with Nginx and PHP FPM 8.3. Very powerful, extremely secure. So I'm mentioning all this because I've been getting the question of how secure is the information, is our information in your database? How are you protecting our information? So the Slim framework works with API endpoints, which means that between the database and the user's profile or the website, you have in the middle an endpoint that handles the security and the communication between the back end and the front end. So security is one of our main concerns. We do absolutely respect GDPR and all that. Also an important factor. When you visit a location, you click I found it, we check the GPS coordinates of where you're located, of where you are using your phone's location device, but we don't store that data. On the spot, our system calculates your location based on the spot you're visiting, just to make sure you're at the right place, to avoid cheating and to give you your rewards. But in no case is that information stored into the database. So we will know that you visited that area because we needed to know to give you your reward, but then we're not tracking you, and we never will, and we're fully transparent about that, and we're open to any kind of audit. We don't share any information about anybody anywhere. So that was an important thing I wanted to mention. The reward system, let's talk about that now. Now you visit a location and you get MQ tokens systematically. If it's a public location, you're going to get, for example, 50 MQ tokens for a site you visit. Currently now the MQ token is on pre-sale. It's worth 1 cent. It's already listed on the Uniswap decentralized exchange. So that means that every time you visit a spot, you get $5. $5. That's pretty amazing. I think that's a pretty amazing reward for something that you're going to do anyways if you're a tourist visiting some beautiful iconic landmarks in any country of the world. Now besides that, we have a random allocation of NFTs that can occur in any moment. You're visiting a spot, you click I found it, you get rewarded, and then suddenly you get a message that you have been rewarded with a special NFT, which not only is digital art, but it will give you access, for example, to be eligible to future MQ token airdrops. And it is also a quest unlocker. So we will be building special quests everywhere around the world that will be only available to the holders of these NFTs. And of course, the rewards will be much higher when you participate in these quests. So it's really worth it having our NFTs. We invite you to visit our beautiful, beautiful collection on OpenSea. Everything was built on the Polygon network. The reason why we did that is to avoid the ridiculous Ethereum gas fees. So literally when you're claiming an NFT or claiming some tokens or even writing a smart contract, it's costing you less than a cent, less than 1 penny to do that, instead of paying huge amounts on Ethereum. So being on a different layer is a question of making it affordable for everyone and avoiding spending money on gas fees when it's not necessary. Another question we'd like to cover. Why is it called Ulys.site? Now people wonder why we picked that URL. And there's a specific reason for it. Now, we also own MaltaQuest.com. If you go on MaltaQuest.com, you will be redirected to Ulys.site, because we started with Malta and we added something like 65 or 68 locations in Malta, and then we expanded and we went worldwide when we lifted the limitation of having the need to scan a QR code in a specific location. And we installed the geotagging feature and the geolocation. So now the QR codes are reserved only for our corporate sponsors. So for example, if you come here in Valletta and you go downtown, you have this fabulous restaurant. It's called the Palazzo Preca restaurant by Chef Ramona Preca. The food is absolutely amazing. Traditional Maltese cuisine and Italian, really worth seeing. The place is gorgeous. It's not called Palazzo for nothing. It is a palace. Really worth seeing. When you walk into Palazzo Preca, you can have a delicious meal, and after, when you ask for your bill, you request a QR code. And the QR code will be brought to you. When you scan it, you will get double the rewards that you would normally get when you visit a tourist location. So this is what corporate sponsorship is all about. We drive foot traffic into a business, and you got to be thankful to them. The corporate sponsors are the reason why these quests and these rewards are free and openly available to absolutely anyone. This is something that can be done by people of all ages. We have no locations that are difficult to access, that require any climbing or any dangerous actions to reach a spot. Never. You don't have to be on a cliff's edge to be able to be at the right location and click I found it. Everything is done super safe so that anybody, seniors, young kids, anybody of all ages, people in mobility issues, not a problem. They will always be able to access the areas that will reward them. So, to come back to the question, after we've evolved past Malta and went international, we changed the name to Ulys, because it comes from the Greek mythology. We're talking about Ulysses of the Odysseus, and part of the myth is that Ulys was held up captive for many years by the nymph Calypso. The nymph Calypso held Ulysses hostage, and apparently the myth says that it was in a cave in Gozo. Gozo is one of the three, there's actually 5 islands in Malta, but 2 are so tiny we never mentioned them. But one of the 3 main islands, there's Malta, there's Comino, and there's Gozo. So Calypso held hostage Ulysses in a cave in Gozo. And the cave is called Calypso. You can actually visit it in Gozo, but you need to go out in a boat to see it. So that's why we called it Ulys. And .site, well, because people visit sites, and it was perfectly adequate. So that's the reason for that. And I think that covers most of the questions related to this introduction today. I thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you, everybody, from Malta. I'm checking out.